Ladies and gentlemen, the beauty of social impact is that not only does it unite us, it also shows us the one thing to restore our faith in humanity. It shows us that kindness is free. And what better way to explore this than with our first team presentation topic of the day? Our first topic for this afternoon is Volunteerism Beyond Boundaries. And this week's presentation format differs slightly, so let me just elaborate for a bit. We'll have 5 minutes for introduction by the team, a 20-minute Q&A with our speaker, and a 10-minute deliberation by the mentor. We'll also be playing the alarm 5 minutes before the end of your session and when your time is up. So ladies and gentlemen, let's not waste our time. Welcoming Team 7 to take the floor.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Testing sound, testing sound.
Yes, the sound
quite soft. Hello. The floor is yours, Team 7.
Kieran, are you ready?
Kieran, you there?
Yep.
All right.
Characters, actions, occupations, and events in this series are fictional and created for entertainment purposes only. There's also going to be lots of memes here. Viewer discretion is advised.
Ladies and gentlemen,
are you ready?
There's never been a more important time to take action.
You can imagine something different.
Do you think this event can be a catalyst for change?
I have to believe that because I think it's probably our last chance.
Together, we must work towards saving the Earth. So come on, join the movement.
Are you ready? A few minutes till showtime. How y'all feeling, guys?
Bye. I don't know. I'm kind of nervous. It's my first time performing in the big audience, 600 people, man. How about you, Ryan?
I'm feeling excited but kind of nervous, because of the large audience. Hope the audience and especially Shaun can go, easy on me, baby. I'm still a child.
What? Ciao. Anyway, so I'm doing fun and not randomly getting into song, especially since I've heard there's a mystery host later on.
Oh my God. I hope he is as hot as they say he is.
Guys,
What?
don't spoil it. Let the audience guess it. Just keep it to ourselves, and then we're good. I think.
Wait, guys. Are we live right now?
Oh shoot, we are. Get ready. In position.
Started already. Fight. Light it up.
Shoot. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the very first and last Friday House Talk Show. We apologize for the minor inconvenience earlier, but I can assure you that we are 100% semi-professional. I'm your main host, Fi. With my two co-hosts.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Firdaus.
And together we made
the Friday House Talk Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we will gatekeep your attention, gaslight you all into loving it, and girl boss the whole time. Also, a little birdie told me that in the nooks and crannies of our slides, we've hidden hints of the possible mystery host later on. So if you see something and you know something, keep it to yourself.
And if we have the time, we will open up the floor for a Q&A session with the audience. So please list down your questions.
Ladies and gentlemen, since we've been staring and sitting down, staring at monitor screen or whatever screen you're using, we get all our body tensed up. So join me in learning the deadliest self-defense move in the world. Trust me, deadliest. To let loose our body. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, get in.
Today I'm teaching you the deadliest self-defense move known to man. However, this move is only for life or death situations and not to be messed with. This move was created by Yeltsin in 1987. However, it was immediately banned from all karate competitions due to its violent nature, which is why once again I urge you to use caution. Step 1 is to make a fist, ensuring that your thumb is on the outside of your fingers. If it is on the inside, it can break your thumb during impact. Do this with both hands. You now want to place your fists halfway between your chest and your hip. Once you're at this point, move them slowly from side to side, and eventually the momentum will end up with you.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but that was just a glimpse of our presentation gonna be. Good luck. Alright, passing the mic to Ryan.
Now onto the real business, guys.
I'm sorry.
We spent a day with Ayan.
Oh, I almost forgot that was my wake up call. Okay, so guys, we spent a day with Ayan. You might be wondering, Ayan, what is Ayan? Don't worry, we got you all covered.
So for today's agenda, first things first, Ayan who? We will be telling you guys what exactly is Ayan. We'll later go on to personally interrogate the country director of Ayan, which will be followed by comments from our mentors, and by that, we'll end the session. GG. So first things first, Ayan who? Ayan is an international youth-led nonprofit, socio-civic and governmental organization established to pave the way for the ASEAN youth to experience involvement in their localities through a series of advocacy-based initiatives.
For Ayan's mission, Ayan aims to instill a passion for service and a sense of initiative to ASEAN youth advocates through volunteer-based initiatives and programs catered to supported advocacies. Through these initiatives, the organization aims to inspire the youth to take better action towards the betterment of their respective countries and ASEAN, while continuing to further the achievement of advocacies through mobilization and sustainability of the operation.
Meanwhile, for Ayan's vision, Ayan's aim to pursue aspiration of ASEAN youth advocates, inspiring ASEAN communities to uphold active citizenship and advocacy towards the integration of social mobilization in our ASEAN community. This is the objective of Ayan. First, to strengthen the level of awareness. Second, to establish, to promote citizenry and to ensure the participation and the involvement of citizen of Asian youth in state youth development plan. Third is to build relation with government and non-government agency. Fourth, to make sure the safety of the future generation. And five, to promote Ayan and its pillar toward establishing one unified Asian way and identity.
Now, please welcome our special guest, where she's an icon.
She's a legend.
She is the moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Miss Afiqah Zailani to the show. Please give her a round of applause.
To the audience, it's nice to see your hands moving. Keep it up. Even though we can't hear you, we really appreciate your applause.
Yeah, but maybe clap louder next time.
Moving on from the clapping stuff, You guys might be wondering, who is Afiqah Zailani? Well, Afiqah Zailani is the country director for the Asian Youth Advocate Network. After graduating from the University of Reading with a bachelor degree of arts in English literature, she worked as a project manager for the Blue Raincoat Collective and soon scaled her way up into AYAN, where she is a strong advocate for women empowerment and youth education.
Interrogation time. Interrogation time.
Miss Afiqah, are you there?
Yeah. Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yes, thank you. Okay, hello.
Hi.
Okay, so Miss Afiqah, first question. What do you think is the most important quality in the youth for volunteering?
I'm just gonna start off by saying thanks so much for that presentation. I love it. We might have to steal it one day for one of our things. Obviously with your bill, but yeah, thank you so much. I love that. So the most important quality I think within youth volunteering is I think empathy is a very strong one. I think building empathy for the community that you're wanting to help or wanting to be involved in is very strong. To build that human connection with the community that you're wanting to go into, because if you're just doing something out of just doing something just for the sake of it, that momentum will very quickly go down. So build empathy and have that genuine drive to work on the social impact that you want to work on. And yeah, I think empathy is a very strong quality. Yeah.
I agree, Ms. Afiqah. I personally believe that volunteering could expose the youth more into helping our community and reveal their drive for the future. I could say, as a youth, we all could unite with the saying, it's about drive, it's about power. We stay hungry, we devour, put in the work, put in the hours. We take what's ours. Now, with the help of AYAN, I look forward to the youth in giving back to our community.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go on, Firdaus.
For the next question, Ms. Afiqah, what lesson do you hope that the youth will learn from the volunteering?
Because within volunteering, for a while, especially for me at least, I went into volunteering not doing one specific, within one specific kind of category. I really went into it all rounder just to find what works for me and what I really advocate and what I really like to do. And in that journey, I found that the thing with volunteering is that there's a kind of power that holds that it also helps you in helping other people. It really does help you value what you do and what the kinds of things that you are going through and progressing into. So one of the biggest lessons that I've learned, at least, and there's so many lessons that I'm still learning, going towards and going up in, wherever my career goes, is that in volunteering and in helping other people, I meet other people and I hear about their stories, and that's how I'm gonna visualize my career in my life as well. And knowing that I'm helping other people, that really puts a value into and makes my time more worthwhile. So be reminded of how powerful helping other people can be to help where you are and how you can progress into your career. Yeah.
I do agree with you, Ms. Afiqah. Like for us youth, there's still a long way and more lesson to need that we need, and more time to hone our skill in the future. Somebody used to say this to me. Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. I'm sorry. Moving on to Ryan.
Good afternoon, Miss Afiqah.
Afternoon.
For the third question, I just want to ask, why should the youth start volunteering beyond their boundaries?
I just wanted to also say something. How casual this whole thing is making me feel a little better, because I was actually really nervous this whole day. And then it started just before we started, and I was just like, oh my God, it's a bad omen. But how welcoming and kind you guys are is making me feel a lot better. So why should the youth start volunteering beyond their boundaries? The thing is that social issues and all the different kinds of problems that we see in the world isn't limited and does not stop where our borders. Things are all interconnected, and it's all about collaboration. And Ramika said something just now. She said, lead by example, and soon the people around you and the region around you will start doing the same thing. And that's where we're trying to do within IAN as well, is that we're trying to build connections with other people and other country chapters around ASEAN to build a stronger group of people to combat all the things that we need to combat. Climate change, women empowerment, children's education, all these different things. And we can't do it with just a small group of people. It's all about collaboration with all these bigger group of peoples. And, one voice is just one voice, but when you get like a bunch of voices, then you make a whole shout, and that's what we're trying to aim to do.
Yes, I do believe that the youth should volunteer beyond the borders, similarly to their idols that they look up to. Like Mr. Beast, he cleaned the ocean with Team Sis. If the youth start to volunteer beyond borders, they will not only possibly be someone else's idol, but they could also be super idol 的笑容都没你的甜，八夜中午的光都没你耀眼，热爱105度的你，请真的真流水。Yeah. Moving on to the next question.
I'm personally glad that you feel relaxed and in this interview, Miss Afiqah, but because it's really hard not to laugh here.
Makes me feel a lot better that that's where the level is, and you guys are all having fun, so I'm having fun as well.
Yeah, so we are 100% semi-professional. So the next question, how sustainable are the efforts in your projects?
Do you mean sustainable in just maintenance of it, or long-term? Sorry, it's raining and it might be a little loud, but in the long-term effects, you mean?
In the long term, please.
Sorry?
In the long term, sorry.
Okay. So with the things that we do, we're not catered to just one specific advocacy. We are ASEAN Youth Advocates Network, and all these different people in my team have different advocacies that they run and that they believe in. And with that, we build a lot of different talks around different things and different projects around different advocacies, and we'll mix and match between, every month it would be a different one, every month it'll be a different one. And how sustainable it is that all these problems won't go away just from one project. It's a collective effort to continue on for a really long time. And I think YB Kairunisa and also Miss Dina Yahya also said in the afternoon just now, where it's little steps and all collectively will go on forward and would make more of a impact in the long run. So yeah.
Wonderful answer, Miss Afiqah. I think I just got word from someone asking if you're McDonald's, because I'm loving it. when it comes to our future, sustainability is one of the many goals to achieve, even when it's volunteering. And I'm glad that it's secured with Ayan. Next question.
The last question. You got to save the best horse for last.
Hey, wait. What do you mean? It's supposed to be mine. What do you mean, Ryan?
What?
Can you agree with that? It's supposed to be mine.
Boys, calm down. Obviously, woman empowerment. You catch my drift? So you're done. I'm asking the question. Okay? So...
No way, Fine. No way you're going to ask the last question. I'm so done with this.
Finally, I'm agreeing with Ryan. You had the most screen time right now.
The woman was too stunned to speak. But that woman ain't me, okay? Obviously, I had the most screen time because I'm the better host, okay? So...
Come on, Fi. You want the spotlight too, man. You need to give it to us.
Guys, it's obvious that I'm the better host than all of you, for I am here.
Oh my god!
It's the mystery host!
Oh my god, it's going. It's really as hard as they say he is.
Stop simping.
Sorry.
Anyways, okay, Miss Afiqah, let's move on to the question, the last question. I know, like, you say, like, we should volunteer outside the borders, but how do we actually begin to do that? Like, how do we account for the accommodation, the flight ticket, and so on, like the funds?
I think where you can start is you can come join us at Ayan Brunei. That's where you would be able to start. And from there, there's no, with the digital advancements that we have right now, there's no limitations to what we can do. We don't have to, be outside borders to help people outside borders. Your voice is really loud and you get to speak all that you need to speak. So I'd like to say again, reach out to Ayan. We have all the different connections and all the networks outside of the borders, and let's work together.
All right, thank you for that. I'm sure like all of us would love to work with Ayan.
Yes, that's our leader. Way to go, superstar. Now, it seems like, do we have enough time for a Q&A session for the floor? I want to see the chat. Can someone in chat please confirm this real quick? Yes, that was our leader comment. We thank him a lot. Do we have enough time for a Q&A session open to the floor? I don't see any no's. So now we will be having an open Q&A session to the floor. So please raise your hand if you want to ask a question. And please, for the love of your mother, your father, your future in-laws, or maybe current in-laws if you're already married, to ask one question. We want to respect the short time limit that we have right now, and we want to answer as many questions as you can. So the floor is all yours. Does anyone have any questions?
So Joshua, what is your question?
Yeah. Miss Afiqah, you graduated with an English literature degree. How did you end up, working with the youth? You went from studying Shakespeare and things like that to working with teens who probably their only sense of poetry is sing Among Us every 5 minutes or so.
Well, I actually got the same question when I recently did a job interview, and this question comes up a lot. It's, for me, a degree is a really long, it's a 3-year degree that you have to do. So you're gonna have to do what you enjoy. I didn't have a I didn't have an idea of where I was going to be after that. I didn't have an idea or no clue what I was going to do with work after that. If anything, I would have gone into like PhD or, master's and PhD, but that's not in my line right now. So after I graduated, because to graduate, you're going to have to do something that you do. To excel in anything that you do, you're going to have to enjoy what you do. So I just picked the subject that I really enjoyed in A levels, and I knew that I was going to do well. And after I graduated, when I applied for university, I just told myself, I'll figure out my next step after I graduate. This is just one step, and I'll think about the other step afterwards, because there's no point of thinking this long-term plan, which normally long-term plans don't even work, So after I did my English literature, I fell into other jobs and I fell into community work. So I worked with the collective, Blue Raincoat Collective, and they do community for Brunei. And that's where I fell into more community-based and youth work, which I'm really happy that I did.
All right, guys, I'm sorry to jump in. But thank you so much, Team 7. I shall bring on our mentor, Miss Eliza Hashim, Communications and External Relations Lead, Brunei Gas Career, Sendirian Berhad from our Platinum sponsor. So you may take the floor.
Hi, everyone. Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. So great work, Team 7. Hi, Firdaus, Kawim, and Ryan. I know a lot of people worked on that presentation behind the scenes, yeah. And I'm in your chat group, and I saw that you guys have been like rehearsing almost every day over the long weekend, and you still did one like earlier this morning as well. You guys must have been really nervous. But I like how you took the presentation and turned it into kind of like a talk show concept, and it made Afiqah very comfortable. So she was nervous. I am even more nervous as well, but you've kind of calmed me down as well with the way that your presentation went today. It was very funny, and you've asked a lot of good questions. Yeah, so overall, job well done to you guys. Very proud of you. And seeing your progress over the past weeks, you worked really hard on that, yeah. So I think just to add on to what Afiqah was saying about volunteering, you don't have to be physically across the borders, especially in a time like COVID-19 now. You can't really travel anyway, right? So it's little things that you can do here in Brunei to be the voice, to advocate for people overseas. Volunteering is a really great way to bring positive change to people, to communities, to society in general. And I understand, I come from a background from where I work in BGC. So what we do is we do a lot of, they call it corporate social responsibility. So we call it social investment. So it's hard to find time to volunteer, but giving to others gives you a chance to give back to the community and make a difference to those around you, right? So when it comes to volunteering overseas, that's another level of volunteerism, right? Beyond borders, and it can not only impact the world around you, but it can make a colossal impact on your life. So you can immerse yourself in the culture, the richness of a new location, and you can support the sustainable growth in a diverse community. Yeah, so I think as a society, as an individual, to everyone, I can see 582 participants now. We all need to pay it forward, and no matter how big or how small, and volunteerism is one way that you can do it. Yeah. Okay. So well done, guys.
So is there supposed to be a question for Miss Eliza? Ryan, how come you stopped singing?
I actually have a ending for our presentation, if we have time for that.
Go for it.
Okay, sure. Okay, that brings us to the end of our talk show. Thank you, Miss Afiqah. Actually, we are really glad that our style of presenting made you feel more comfortable? Because we were actually wondering if this is appropriate enough. So I would like to extend my biggest thanks to the sponsors, Shaun and his amazing team. Not to mention the Hodi, our leader, Kawim, and our wonderful teammates that sacrifice their time to ensure we don't include too many memes. This wouldn't be possible without them. Oh yeah, and definitely cannot forget our mentor, Miss Eliza and Aina. Okay, now it's time. Time for me to grace our presentation with possibly one of the best quotes from an animation, which is as relevant as today, as ever, especially to the youth. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. But today is a gift. That is why it's called the present. None other than Master Ogoy himself. Thank you guys. Hope you had a great time.
Well done, Team 7. Love the energy.
Hello, everyone. So we have another 5 minutes, which is reserved for the Q&A session. So everybody, this is your opportunity to ask Miss Eliza for any questions that you have in mind. If you have any questions, but you're too shy to ask them, feel free to type it in the chat box. But if you're more courageous right now, feel free to open up the camera and verbally ask your question. So fire away.
Can I ask the first question, Miss Eliza? I was supposed to do a presentation that includes what corporate social responsibility is. And since you are in the department of doing corporate social responsibility, perhaps you can give us an insight on, what it actually means.
Well, for BGC, we call it social investment. Yeah, so that's a shell term. Yeah, social investment. You've got so many words that you can CSR, social investment, social impact, all these things. So for BGC, it's all about supporting socio-economic and community development. So when it comes to BGC, what we do is we work on initiatives to fulfill obligations and responsibilities in line with Brunei's Vision 2035. So whatever we do, what we want to do is close the gap when it comes to community challenges, when it comes to supporting youth, things like that. So we have different themes in BGC. So we support the youth, we support national agenda. There's a lot of things. Yeah, we even support SMEs as well. But what we do is we want to close the gap. So we don't want to do what the government is supposed to do, right? We don't want to steal their thunder or things like that. We help them. So it's all about collaboration, like Afiqah said. It's all about collaborating with whether it's government, NGOs, private companies. So the main thing about social investment is all about collaboration.
I have a follow-up question. I'm really fascinated by what you do. What's it like being a CSR person, as a career of a person who is all there representing the company to do good, to give away money? How does it make you feel at night, sleeping? You must be like, of everyone in the company, you'll probably be sleeping the best.
Well, it's not all about giving the money. It's nice to be able to spend the money, yeah, and to be able to help others with money, that I wouldn't have on my own. But I think at the end of the day, it really is about, like what you said earlier, Shaun, leaving that lasting legacy. What legacy are you going to leave as an individual? So for my job, it's what legacy does BGC leave, right, to the community? So that's the things that I think about. So I think that's a question that the youth need to also ask themselves. What legacy are you going to leave behind, and what kind of difference are you going to make? Yeah.
So aside from the Youth Empowerment Summit, what has been, the greatest legacy that BGC has that has left that you are so proud of?
Oh gosh, there's a lot of things, but I think to name a few, in line with the theme for today. So you had YB Khairunisa and Dina Yahya earlier. So it's all about supporting environmental cause. Yeah, so we do annual beach cleanups. We partner with Green Brunei every year, and we don't only just clean up beaches. So we try to raise awareness. So we're not just going to go to a community and clean up, whatever rubbish is there. So what we do is we invite youth to come along. We've invited GIS and a lot of the schools to come and actually show us what they've done to raise awareness in terms of saving the environment. So that's what we try to do in BGC. So we try to raise that awareness. Yeah, not just cleaning up the beach. Yeah.
So you're in the battle of the mind as well.
Yes, I think it all starts with changing mindset.
Wow.
To be honest, yeah.
Well, on behalf of all of us, thank you, Eliza, and thank you, BGC, for your strong support to Brunei.
Thank you, Shaun.
Wow, that was a generous share of info on how we can take volunteering to the next step. Team 7 excelled in communicating the notion that by volunteering, it is our way of saying that as a community, we're never going to give you up, we're never going to let you down. I had to. I saw the chance and I had to.
That's a good pickup.
So, ladies and gentlemen, volunteering does not just help everyone else, it also helps yourself. Just as Ms. Afiqah said, when we help others, we're also adding value to our time and our career. And we hope that with your invitation, Ayan will be receiving 500 plus volunteers from our summit alone. Thank you.
Thank you.
We look forward to it. Thank you so much to Ms. Eliza for your brilliant insight. And like you've mentioned, no matter how small, we've all received kindness from someone else, from everyone else. So pay it forward, because that is indeed the best kind of legacy to leave behind.